Corvette prices are finally actually collapsing, and by a lot. And that's cool because there's some videos out there on YouTube with like 2, 3, 700,000 views from a year ago saying prices on the Corvette have, dropped and it was like the best time to buy. I didn't do that video because for me, it really wasn't the best time to buy. $5,000 off a vehicle that's marked up by $50,000 and is 2 years old is horrible. That's not newsworthy. Well, I could make news out of it. I could probably make money out of it because my timing would have been, hey, I'm the first person to kind of say, now's the time to go out and get a Corvette. So you lose out as a viewer, as a follower of our channel. You lose out horrifically because your guy told you go get your Corvette. And I don't consider a $5,000 price drop when it's $50,000 over. So now it's $45,000 of, 45,000 ways to get screwed. I don't make that video. Yeah, I like getting, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for making a video. And I have before based on timing, very rarely on one video, but I bring the news when it's the right time to bring the news, and I give my advice when it's the right time to give advice. So if you think me focusing on taking care of y'all instead of taking care of us, I have a main job for that. If you think that's the right way to do, to maintain this community, this friendship, please don't forget, encourage us, give us a thumbs up, hit that bell notification, subscribe, drop 3 or 4 comments into the comment box, and please share this content with other people. Even if they're people that, hate Corvettes, share it with them just to bug them. So now is actually an excellent time to buy a Corvette. Now, we were all really excited when this model first got revealed and came out. And that's the problem. When you've got a great model that comes out, a lot of people, the car community, we get excited, and there's a lot of competition for the few models that exist. So bad that in my area, I'm of the opinion, no proof, no data, but of the opinion that they're essentially selling new Corvettes to their buddies, their contacts, the people they have a little deal agreement with, where they would sell, to avoid a lot of trouble from GM, I feel that they would sell the Corvette at MSRP, but with an agreement with the individual of, you're going to sell this back to us in 1, 2, or 3 years. Because all the Corvettes I saw were no new available, not even allowed to leave a deposit to get my name put in line. And they were all 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and 3-year-old Corvettes. And they were all, depending when I was looking, because I've looked at it for a while, and they were all $50,000 over. And I actually saw some at $80,000 over versus what I would build online for a new model. So it's like, and I'm talking about not over the new price, the increased 2022 and the increased 2023 Corvette price. I was looking at 2020s and 2021s that are 50 to 80,000 over the new increased prices. How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments how that makes you feel. I think you feel good that I didn't buy an overpriced car.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was way overpriced. So.
Way overpriced. Cheers, prost to everyone. Please, I hope you're enjoying a beverage, whether alcoholic or not. Mine is a non-alcoholic beverage, but I wish you the best and, send my best to you with a prost or a cheers. So the Corvette, the proof is there. This thing is incredible. There's really great reason to get all excited about it. I'm a Ford guy or a Toyota guy, and I got really excited about it, and I wanted one. But I'm not going to spend 50 to 80,000 over MSRP for a 1, 2, or 3-year-old vehicle. So what was the consequence? I made the right choice. I didn't buy it for myself. I didn't hype up this overpriced vehicle. And I still question why I wasn't important enough, special enough, or enough of a customer to get one of those Corvettes at MSRP that I get in line for, because the dealer told me we sell all our new Corvettes at MSRP. Great. They told me that. I didn't ask for it. They told me. I'm like, great. How much do you want for a deposit? 500, 5,000, 10,000? They're like, no. We can't take your deposit. Why can't you take my deposit? I guess I feel that it's because I'm not buddy enough for them, that they knew that I would, if I sold it after 1 year, I'd sell it myself and I'd make that, extra money. And I think probably what they did with their customers was, we'll sell it to you at MSRP now. I think they're kind of the deals, probably something like, we'll sell it to you, but you have to sell it back to us. And don't expect to make a fortune selling it back to us. That's our job. We're taking the risk. Values could collapse, but we're willing to sell it to you if you're willing to sell it back. And it was a, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Everyone gets scratchy, but this guy right here. I'm not going to make videos to go and encourage you to go buy a Corvette until prices are good. And guess what? They're good now. Amelia Hartford right there. She's really cool in the Gran Turismo movie, but prices are good. And here's the proof. And these things are incredible. You look at this racing on a track and it can hold its own against high-end Ferraris and McLarens. And look at that thing go. It's a super car.
And the design is beautiful outside and in the interior.
I don't know how I feel about the side vents. They're, I could lose a shoe or a leg. I have small legs, so I could lose a leg in there, and I don't know what would happen. Does it get chopped up, dealt up? I don't know. But the sides are maybe a little too intimidating to me. But there's no denying it. This is one impressive tool on the track. And I know a few people who own them, and they'll say in real life, they're not the most comfortable vehicle to drive, but neither is a Ferrari. I've had people who've owned Ferraris and say, yeah, I've had one. That's it. I bought a new one. I'm selling it. I'm going to go back to, and then they switch back to something else because they want more comfort. And, that really only matters really if you're not tracking it, if you have, areas with bad roads, or if you're going to drive it daily or near daily or for long periods of time. You can't have a machine that can compete with Ferraris on a track and McLarens on a track and then, expect it to also be really comfortable. The more comfortable it is, the less good it's going to be on a track. So let's check out some of those prices here. We'll pause this because I'll finish watching that myself later on. So thank you, Speed Phenom, for that video. Really cool coverage of tracking your Corvette, and also from Chevrolet, Chevrolet's YouTube channel, and throwing Amelia Hartford into there. It's really cool seeing someone from the YouTube community being adopted into the brand and into their brand image, being an ambassador. So I love seeing that. Really like what Chevrolet is doing. So let's go check those prices out. So prices on those Corvettes. So won't be longer than a moment here. So I've got the slide here, and prices really have gone down, and I mean tremendously, because they're 50 to 80,000 over, and they're still a little over. They're still not the greatest deal. They haven't, you could say, completely collapsed. There you have it. You've got this, and there's not a lot of these, but you have an actual 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe 1LT hypersonic gray, never accidented, obviously, for 98,900. And the mileage on this was basically it's essentially new. And you've got 2022s also for this price. So the 2022 is over MSRP. And you still have some that are well over MSRP, but you can actually find some that are basically on the price that they should be. So that's when I'm more inclined to say now is starting to be a good time to buy a Corvette if that interests you. So that's the end of this episode. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. What else can they do? Something with a little bell notification.
Yeah, hit the bell notification so you won't miss anything.
If it's already on, don't hit it, because then you'll turn it off.
Don't cancel it.
you sharing our videos and subscribing really does help feed and dress those poodles. And Marie, who's due in about 3 weeks, it helps feed and dress that baby. We really appreciate all your help. Love it. Let us know. Would you consider a Corvette? What do you think of the Corvette? Do you like that styling? I love the interior, which has not always been the case for the Corvettes. I love the interior. I sat in one in Florida. I love the front end. I love the lights, the mags. All the models of mags look great. My one little question point is this here. But then again, it competes with Ferrari, so why not have a wild, exotic look? I know you love it, right? From what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's a real beauty, that car.
When you saw it in Florida, you're like, ooh, wow. And actually, and later on in Florida, from a distance, you're like, oh, look, there's a Ferrari. Take a picture. There's a Ferrari coming up. And I'm like, hun, that's a Corvette. But thank you for letting me know how much you love the Corvette.